بسم الله الرحمن.
This surah begins with the words Alif, Lam, Mim. These are known as the individuated letters of the Quran, or Huruf al-Muqatta'at. Now, as Makarim Shirazi notes, that the amazing thing is that when Alif, Lam, Mim was revealed, the people in Medina and the disbelievers did not object. They did not say that these are nonsensical words. What do they mean? This non-objection in itself is indicative that the Arabs were accustomed to such beginnings, although we need to find hardcore evidence for it. But this does imply to an extent that they were familiar with beginning any of their own treaties in a similar fashion. The Arabs were known for their eloquency and their mastery over the Arabic language and speaking in a way that consisted of beautiful prose and wonderfully rhythmic sounded words composed together in sentences and in paragraphs. So it is quite possible that the Arabs themselves had a method of beginning their own works in a similar fashion to impress that, look, these are the same letters that we are using, but we are using it in this most beautiful manner. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala similarly is expressing that, look, this is the Quran, and several surahs begin with Alif Lam Mim, Ra, Sad, Qaf, so on and so forth, to impress that I'm using these letters, but look at the structures and the words that I bring out through these very letters that you use, but none of you can match it, neither in its eloquency, its beauty of structure, and nor in its depth of meaning that they convey. Allama Tabatabai rahmahullah states that actually if we look at these muqatta'at and we look at the surahs in which they come, we find that there are certain themes that the muqatta'at are conveying in that surah. So for example, wherever we find Alif, Lam, Mim, we will find that it talks in a comprehensive manner about theology like Tawheed and Ma'ad, eschatology, about morality and about ahkam. So when you get a surah beginning with Alif, Lam, Mim, Ra, then the Alif, Lam, Mim will convey the same type of themes that are in Alif, Lam, Mim, Baqarah, and the Ra is introducing a different theme within that surah. As opposed to that, of course, Alif, Lam, Mim, we cannot profess to know its meaning. And therefore, it could be of those very ambiguous part of the Quran. Ambiguous in the sense that these are the keys unlocking further existential secrets. Why do I say existential? Because when you look at the Quran, there is no part of the Quran that cannot be verified at some point within the human existence. At some point, we will be able to see the cosmological truths of the Quran, the genesis that the Quran points at, and if not within the human existence on the face of this earth, then on the day of Qiyamah, the truth of it will be seen. There are no claims in there, but they are existential claims, whether existential moral claims, existential cosmological claims, existential spiritual claims. So everything within the Quran is verifiable. Now, there are many parts of the Quran that talk about a deeper sense of cosmology. For example, there is a verse in which it says, وَفُتِحَتِ السَّمَاءُ فَكَانَتْ أَبْوَابًا. The heavens will open up and they will become passages and doorways. Of course, this is a futuristic event, but it is verifiable and it will be verified. Similarly, the Quran is giving a lot of secrets of the cosmos because it is meant to be a book that discloses the existential secrets of the cosmos and of human existence. And all of it within 6,300 odd verses. So inevitably, verses will have to be ambiguous, and some verses more ambiguous than others, whose real meaning and intent will be disclosed at a later date, but they are nonetheless necessary because the human understanding is hoped to get there eventually. So these muqatti'at are verses meaningful within themselves, but for the reciter, at present, they are a point of faith and a point of trust in Allah and reward at this point. Now there's a lot more discussion on muqatta'at, which we shall conduct as and when we get to the parts that are relevant.
اللهم ارحمنا بالقرآن